So make your offer proof. I don't need to. It's clear. It's very clear. I don't see anything funny either. It's not funny, sir. It's a circular argument. You're telling me that it's clear. I wasn't referring that to you. The person that is referred to know who they are. Well, let's stand past, please. So I'm trying to.
This guy's funny.
In what way? I say this for the record, Your Honor. It's hard to stay on task when it seems like the prosecution. Judge walking him through this right here.
The prosecution gets everything.
Mr. Brooks,
then when I say something, I don't get it.
You want to go off target, and you want to bring up things from the.
This is the first one, guys.
Sometimes the state has an objection, and other times they don't. But when an objection has been made, it is my obligation to rule on it. And so there was an objection. I'm aware of that, Your Honor. But I'm also aware of the fact that it's clear that I object quite often, and every single time I object is just thrown to the side. Every single time. I would disagree with that characterization, sir. I make my rulings in this case based. I'm like an umpire. I'm like an umpire in a baseball game, sir. I call and see the legal objections as I see them. That is my role, and that is what I do. And are you kidding?
Hey, what's happening? Sorry, my daughter passed her driver's license exam, and I had to tell one of my brothers, welcome to the, it's rolling. Oh, I put that thing rolling, but it didn't work. Let me do it. Where do I put the ticker thing? Like that? There we go. Now we're at the beach right there. That's York, Maine. Beautiful out there. That's from our hotel room balcony, I guess. That picture's from. That was in the spring, I think. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm up to 12 people, so that's good. 12 people. It's growing. I think maybe 13 I might have saw. 13 people. I was going to join. I saw they all were on that Cool Frog channel last night. I woke up at like 12:30. I was too tired. I was going to try to join and say something, but they had like 12 people on the panel. No kidding. 14, is it? Wow. Awesome. Yeah. I was going to join the Cool Frog thing because I saw them on there, but there's 14 people on the panel, you know, so and I don't want to interrupt their flow. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can't see anything. Uh-oh. I'm not on. That's weird. I'm not on. No people. That's weird. Let me look. It looks like everything's good. Oh, you can hear me. You can't see me. Huh. Let me see. That's odd. The Express needs to be seen. The Express. That's funny. Yeah, I see that. I don't know why. On my end, I see myself. Ba, 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 ba. On the, I think the problem was the YouTube part of it. I think was messed up for a second. I should be coming on now. No. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, because I'm on here. I see myself talking. The camera light's on. That's odd. Edit stream. Public. Lights. Top chat, edit. Daryl Brooks. I don't know. I don't know what to do. That is weird. I'm back, and so are you. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was on the whole time. Um, who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? Because now I got to deal with two two sets of YouTubes and two sets of the StreamYard thing. But I think I did it right. But I figured I'd give it a shot. Go on there, and I'll post something on that Discord later to, I guess, experts and Cool Frogs thing, just to let people know and do it around. I'm more of a day guy, anyways. These other guys do it more at night guys. They're night people, so we might have some day people out there that want to do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a sovereign citizen now. I think I'm a sovereign. Uh-oh. What was I doing? What was I doing? I can't even spell. This is so funny. Where did I find live? Live. Oh, my cat. My cat is still the thing. All right, so I am on live. I My cat's still the thing, but I gotta fix that. Maybe yeah, it could have been your thing. Who knows? Experts at the Tennessee game. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, what time does that start? I could put that on, I guess, right? But I could cut for that probably. It's not on yet. That's got to be 3:30. I would imagine that's either 3:30 or 7:30 tonight. Oh, Hurricanes are on though. Hurricanes are on. Yeah. Miami's on. They're winning 7-0 over Varvar Tech. Oop, I got myself on here. I don't need to do that. BRB. It's not Memorex. It's not too early to start drinking. Fire sticks left. We got the canes over here. I'm back. Sorry about that. What's wrong with another beer? Okay. Beautiful ocean. 3:30. Yeah, I thought so. Usually the big games are 3:30 or 8 o'clock. The big games, and that's a big one, I would think, right? They're both ranked pretty high, so that's going to be a good one. You got the Bruins on, Patriots at Cleveland. So it's got to be in Tennessee, I would imagine, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best game of the day for sure. No doubt. No doubt. Now that I'm a sovereign citizen. Uh-oh. That ain't good. I'm gonna have to get different outfits for this channel. I can't wear a Titleist hat because that'll throw people off thinking I'm in the golf mode. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, I think they're both ranked pretty good. I don't. I really now I got to start keeping up with it. Now I got the Express channel. There's so much to do, but that's all right. LSU, Florida. Usually, I don't think LSU's any good this year, though. To be honest with you, from what I remember, but I could be wrong. Yeah, neither one of them are any good. 4-2 and 4-2. That's not bad, but for college, that's terrible. But it's still probably a good game, yeah. But rankings wise, I think Alabama's 2 and Tennessee's 4 or something like that. So that's going to be a beauty, an absolute beauty. I just get a text. Oh boy. Yep. So out of 14 fans, or what do you call them, subscribers, that'll grow. We'll get that up there. Oh wait, I get to rent you, right? I do that over here. Moderation. Banner. Banner. I'm gonna make some new banners. Third party. I never did this before. This seems cool. Chat with everyone in the studio. Oh, you have to be in the studio to chat. I see. What time is it? 13 minutes in. Yeah, I'm sure this channel obviously just started yesterday. There's probably not a big rush of people coming, but I figured I'd try it, half an hour here, hour there, half an hour there, just to spread it out. Make some more. I made some videos overnight, some little short ones. Nothing. I didn't make the video. I kind of, you know what I mean, rifled onto someone else's. That's a new move you can do. Um, but I'll start making some of those. But this is the inaugural Express Run live, which is good. Good way to start. Yeah, there's 14 subscribers, so we got. That's not bad. And I'm sure some of the golf people will go over too to not when they go to the golf channel part of me, then that's just all golf, and I get it. That makes sense. I think. But then we can do this and talk about all crazy shit: tornadoes, hurricanes, murder, all the good stuff in life. Politics coming up. Alabama. So Sully and her are going to be and him are going to be fighting over that. That's a good game. Then you got Florida LSU. My Hurricanes are on right now. They are winning. Big bomb. There's a long bomb. Picked off. He caught it. No way. What a catch. Wow, what a catch. Hell of a catch. You couldn't miss it. No, I appreciate it. You're my number one here. Sidekick. Perfect. What a catch by the Miami player there, though. That was an amazing throw. Amazing throw. Melanie was on a long time yesterday on the other channel. She was on late. She stayed up late. That's got to be tough if you're in another country, though, you know? Like these Australian dudes, they're like 12 hours behind us, right? That's got to be crazy to try to start an American channel being that far behind. Because you got to stay up all night. You know, at least they do stay up all night, I guess, here, but that's when they're working, supposedly working. But that's got to be tough. It is what it is. They're real lawyers. I'm gonna be a pretend lawyer like Carol Brooks. You could, yeah, that get done. It is good to hear people you know. Absolutely, I do that when I'm sleeping. Sometimes I'll just leave that headphone on and have someone in the background, like the Cool Frog Show guy there, and then. Um, but they have too many people on. There was like 12. They're all talking over each other. It's like, damn, because I wanted to go on because I know he'd bring me on and get some exposure, you know. But there's too many people on there on the panel, you know, and because they come to my other show, other channel, Jessica and him and a couple other ones, but they don't know I'm doing this. We just did this yesterday afternoon, right? Yeah. So this is all new. And that's why it was funny when I tried to sneak in on them last night by giving them hints of where I was and who I was and all that. And they caught on to it afterwards. Because I would have thought he would have, say, hey, are you new here or something? Because obviously I am. And the name, they don't recognize the name. They know my real name, obviously. But he figured it out when I told him Salem, Massachusetts. So yeah, this Salem, Massachusetts thing's crazy because of the witch trials we had and the George Washington lived up the street and all that stuff back in the day. So there's old homes and it's crazy during Halloween. So from October 1st to the 31st, the traffic is insane. So Salem is like right on the ocean. So I'm on the ocean, but above it. To get to Salem, it's not even 4 miles. But to where all the action is, it's about 4 miles. It would probably take me an hour and a half to get there now, right this second. Traffic is crazy because there's really only one way in and out. So Massachusetts is shaped and everything. You have to go this way. You can't come from this way because there's water. Like, you know what I mean? So the traffic is brutal, and people come from all over to get there. There's buses, and it's fun. There's bars everywhere. It is a lot of fun. It's kind of cool weather-wise, and it's a small old town from the 1400s. I mean, it's got the cobblestones, and the roads are small, and the doorways are tiny. Not every home, obviously, but in the historic area, it's old. It's creepy too, like the witch trials and the museums, and then the ocean's right there. There's an old warship there. You know what Old Ironsides is? That's in Boston Harbor, but they have one up in Salem Harbor. I don't know the name of it, but it's an old warship. Wooden thing with the masts and all that stuff. But it is kind of cool there, but we never really went there. So I grew up. The town I'm in now is not where I grew up. So I grew up even closer to Salem, Beverly, Mass. It was called. right kind of probably 200 yards from the ocean. Salem's the next town over. My mother was born in Salem 100 years ago, almost 100 years ago. That's our rival in high school. Our football rival Thanksgiving game is Salem. It's always busy, but not like this. It's always busy because of the witches. And there's like a in Boston. There's a Freedom Trail where they go through all that. There's a similar thing in Salem where you follow this red line and it takes you to all the old homes of the pilgrims and the witches and craziness. It is pretty cool around here for a small state. We got a ton of history with the conquered, the wars, and presidents live up there. They vacation, well, they summered in my hometown of Beverly, Mass. Their houses are still there and mansions. I mean, just like right on the water. It's gorgeous. But Salem is very busy all the time because of that, and they take advantage of it. They do, which is good. But during this time, forget it. I mean, forget it. But with COVID, it kind of let me see this puppy. I'm working on a budget late the other night and I hung out with Robin. I don't know her. How do you? Is that Cheyenne? I don't know how to say that name. I don't know Ashinator either. I remember them from Experts Channel. I think I've spoken with Robin, but I don't know the other one. I haven't been on them that much lately. I've been doing other things, and I kind of took a break, like a week break from everything, up until the last couple of days because I just did too much. I needed a break from it. Um, Blair Witch. Oh, she is. Oh, wow. Yeah, jeez. That's not in Salem, I don't think, right? I don't know. I'm not sure what that. But yeah, Salem's pretty. It's fun. The weather's great, and it's all tourist traps. There's actually real witches. They think they're witches dressed in. One girl, I don't know if she's still alive. Let me look her up. Laurie Cabot, her name was. So she was the official Salem witch. She dressed in black, and she had a shop where she sold potions and all that stuff and dream catchers. And I don't know if she's still alive or not, but when I was growing up, she was. Oh yeah, yeah. Boston's nice. Again, wintertime don't come, but um, again, everywhere is really nice, I guess, in the right weather. But yeah, Salem is it's famous. That's the name of their football high school. Salem Witches is the name of the high school mascot. And yeah, that's where my mother was born. And then she met my dad, I guess, and we lived the next town over, Beverly, Massachusetts. I saw that. Yeah, is that her singer? So she's an Ash is a friend. Yeah, I don't. Oh, her friend. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the Ash girl. I'm assuming it's a woman. Yeah, but yeah, I see Robin all the time on those channels, and she was on last night with the Cool Frog channel. But there was so many people on. I didn't think it was time to bring out the TG Express at that point. But I know the Cool Frog would bring me on in a second. I don't think he would not bring me on. So is she an official, like a real one? Like she gets paid to sing and songwrite, or just fun, like albums or CDs, whatever you want to call it? Yeah, Boston. You should try Boston. I don't know if you've ever been here, but it's old city too. So going in and out of the city's crazy. One way streets everywhere you look. But then we have the horse and buggy thing. You can take trips around and Salem witches. Yeah, they're hanging these. I mean, obviously, there's no such thing as witches, but they were hanging these girls. Really did. but there was only like 20 of them. It wasn't like they claimed 1,000 of them. It was like 20. So it's kind of blown out of proportion. But the people in Salem love it because of the tourist trap. And my wife's friend or acquaintance that she works with just bought a coffee shop in downtown Salem, which she's going to make a fortune this month, a fortune. But then just regular business. But it's madness. I know another guy who has just a trinket shop, and they just sell thousands of little magnets with witches on them, and just crazy stuff. And I'm trying to find this Laurie Cabot, but they have little, like what do you call those? They read the palm reading. Yeah, Laurie Cabot. Here she is. Oh God. Let's see if I can bring her on. I'm assuming she's still alive, but she made a lot of money, pretending to be a witch. No one hung her yet, I guess. But just a regular one. Yeah, she has a jaw. Yeah, but that's cool though. Singing, you do what you love. That's fun. And that's how Justin Bieber got noticed on YouTube. He was a YouTube kid. And look at that American Idol. That was that show was something. I was watching the behind the scenes of some of these guys. How to find all these people. And do you know the guy Adam Lambert? He was 2008, I think, or nine. He didn't win. He came in second. Yeah, that's her there. I don't know if she's still Laurie Cabot official with Pagan. Yeah, Pagan. So that's her. So she'd show up at the parades, and she just promoted herself. Again, I don't know if she's a lot. Well, she must be older now. But she had that little shop. So right there, there's her little shop. Official Witch of Salem. Yeah, so she was the official witch. Um, but this Adam Lambert guy on that. So they invented American Idol to find talent. They didn't do it just to make a TV show. So Simon Cowell and what's that guy's name? Clive Davis. My is it Michael Foster? Is that his name? The singer songwriter. He's awesome. He writes all the songs. He was with Whitney Houston. Something Foster. Awesome singer songwriter. Music, whatever he is. But they invented that show to find people. So when Adam Lambert was doing it, he was obviously feminine, and the band Queen needed a singer. And someone was watching. I forget who it was, Elton John or somebody, called the guys from Queen and said, "Hey, this is your next dude." So Queen called Simon Cowell or one of those guys and said, "Hey, can we perform?" Before the season was over, obviously. So Queen went on the last show, the final show, with Adam and the kid who won, Chris something or other. And they gelled with this kid, Adam Lambert, and they loved him, blah, blah, blah. And then they announced a winner, and it's this Chris Allen. I'm not sure. I can't remember his name. And they said they were lucky that he didn't win. So they think that they actually gave it to the other guy on purpose. So Adam could go with Queen, which is bigger than just going on your own. So this other guy was booked for a year. We had a contract with American Idol or Clive Davis and what the hell did they Foster? Um, and they did their thing with him, and nobody's seen him since, right? So that would have happened to Adam. If Adam won, he would have been not able to go. Excuse me, not able to go with Queen. So that worked out pretty good. This girl, the witch? No, no, no. I don't know her. She's just a witch. I think she's dead now, but let me find out. I just remember when we were younger, seeing her around at all the. She's a smart woman. She took advantage of the situation, you know. And she sells all these books and readings, and people go there. Just like if you went to Salem, you'd probably go in there and give her $50 to read your palm, and it's just what you do. That's what we're do, right? See, us living here, we just laugh at it. I don't go in there. I think it's a joke because it's traffic and it's a pain in the ass. It's like me going to Disney World. When you're in Orlando, people think you're an asshole for being in Orlando going to Disney World. When people come here, like, go away. We don't want you here. So, I mean, I've been to some of the places, yes, but we don't. See, Laurie Cabot. See, she wrote books. 2014. I think she's dead. I mean, she might have kids running this show or something. Um, Understanding Witchcraft. That's a good book to read. Michael Dukakis, Gustav Laurie. I think she's dead, but I don't know for sure because I haven't heard her name in years. Again, not that I'm listening for her name. I proclaim Laurie Cabot the official witch of Salem. Yes, I mean she did good things. She donated money. She wasn't a total sellout. Classes. Maybe we can sign you up for class. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think I know her. Her last name may not even be Cabot. So Cabot's a big name up here. I think it was Henry Cabot. He was something big. I'm not sure what he did, but because we got Cabot Street, Cabot House, Cabot this, Cabot that. So she might have just taken that name to sound better. Or maybe she is alive. Because they're tarot cards, but Laurie has made the decision to roost in the. Oh, so she is alive. I apologize, Laurie. I apologize. Unless it's a different Laurie Cabot. Yeah, Salem Wharf Street. Yeah, it's right on the water. It's cool. There's an old hotel, Hawthorne Hotel, that's there. Oh yeah, she's a witch. I don't know. That's a good question. I just think she made it up. Because that was what in the 1400s or 1600s, was it? Eat my M&Ms. But it was a smart move, right? I mean, great move. And then there are other witches too, but they're not as big. I mean, she's the high mark for witches. But imagine living back in then though. You do something stupid or something, and they think you're a witch, and they just hang you. And we got Daryl Brooks, who's a moron, running around free, right? They're hanging innocent women. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was the 1600s, right? Yeah, so if that's her, she's old looking. This picture here, Babe Ruth. Yeah, she's old here. Yeah, yeah. She has a doll of herself. Oh my God. How creepy is that? Oh, she got a tattoo on her face. How creepy is that doll? God, look at her. Yeah, so she's got to be 70s or 80s. Yeah, look at her hands. Yeah, so this is back when I knew her. This not knew her, but seen her around. So this is probably the 80s or 90s. That picture there doesn't stay, but yeah, that's the 70s. I would imagine. Looks like Elvira on that one. But yeah, she's old there, real old there. This is a recent one for sure. Old one. Yeah, but see the place inside this. See how low the ceiling is. So because everybody was short back then, you know. So the ceilings were low, the doors were low. You try to go in, you got to duck. They're probably 6 feet maybe. And it's just gross. In some of the old houses, there's one in my hometown, the Balch House. Another guy named Balch Street, Balch this, Balch that. My buddy used to cut their grass. So I'd go there and go when he was cutting the grass. I'd go in the house with him. And again, you got to duck, and you're walking on the wood. It's just old and creepy. She likes incest? Oh, incense. Yeah, best wishes, Laurie Cabot. So that's got to be. Can you see that? That's got to be from. That's got to be the '80s, I bet, just based on my knowledge. That's recent. That's probably '90s. Don't know her. That's recent and old. She looks old. Well, she's got to be '80s, I would imagine. But she was smart. She took advantage of all these people coming here. Why not, take advantage of it, make a business out of it. And she did. Laurie Cabot, 1933. Cheapers. So she's 87, right? Is that 87? If my math serves me right, 33. So that's 67 and 22, 89. Whoa. But now she's probably more scary, right? Yeah, she's 89. Wow. I'd given her 70s or 80s. She's 89. Jeez. Yeah, Mercedes Kiersey was her name. Yeah, so she did make. Oh, she grew up in California. Wow, came east of New England as a teenager. Maintains her interest in the occult in the childhood. She was a stripper or dancer. Married and divorced twice, with each marriage producing a daughter. Cabot chose to raise her children as witches. Why wouldn't you? As Witches of Eastwick. John Updike's novel about a single suburban. That's about her? No. Herbs. John Updike was an American poet. Yeah, I know who John Updike. Mercedes Kiersey was her real name. Born in Oklahoma. Occultist. Witchery priestess. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so she would be around if you came up here. She'd be hanging out. Yeah, no kidding. She'd give a tarot. What do you call that? Herb. She sells herbs, jewelry, and tarot cards and other items used in witchcraft. The new shop was the Crow Haven. Yeah, I remember the Crow Haven name. Yeah, that's still open, but it's no longer owned or managed by her. Her eldest daughter, Jody, owned and ran it. Cabot's final shop in Salem, the Cat, the Crow, and the Crown on Pickering Wharf, later renamed the official witch shop, closed its doors 2012. Cabot still means an online business. Oh, so she doesn't have an official shop anymore? That's too bad. Oh, Sully goes there. It says in March 2008, Cabot celebrated her 75th birthday at a surprise party that was attended by hundreds of witches, including Sully Erna of the band Godsmack. That's our friend, Sully, right? Yeah, that's something else. But 89 though, God bless her. Well, she's a witch; she'll never die. But I would have thought she still had a shop around, or someone. There's probably someone else who has shops, though. Taking advantage of it. Why wouldn't you? If I looked up the new Witch of Salem, there's probably a name. But yeah, that was pretty cool. When we were younger, we didn't know. So she was around when I was a kid because she's 30, 40 years older than me. But yeah, she had that black and the makeup, and so she'd be in the parades and stuff. But we didn't really take it serious, to be honest with you. Salem Witch Center for Controversy, 1997. She dated Babe Ruth. No. We're not getting any people here at the Express Channel today. That's all right. Definitely Monday, I'm going to do the trial. Definitely. So I'm going to post something for that and get some of these people away from these other Australians stealing all our people. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy. So there's got to be a new Witch's Salem like that. But yeah, it's a cool area with the warship. Washington had his first Navy up here in Marblehead, it's called. It's right on the tip. It's past Stanley. You have to go through Stanley at the Marblehead. There's only one way in and out. Beverly's famous for all that old stuff. Concord, Lexington. It is pretty kind of cool though, because you see a lot of old homes when you drive by, and they have like a sign on them. Um, Tells you when it was, built and who lived in it. It's like a historical thing, so you can't rip it down. So a lot of these homes in Salem, if you went into the heart of Salem, when it was like the old town of it, the houses are all 300 years old. They've updated them a smidge, but you can't tear them down. They're historical things, and I think the government buys them from you or whatever. But they are creepy, and I can't imagine living in them in the winter up here. There's no heat, there's no insulation. It's just so. This is that Balch house I was telling you about. I mean, look at that. And in the backyard, so this is the grass we used to cut. Yeah, yeah. So back in the left, shit. Yeah, back here you can see it. Back on the left, there's that white thing over there. That's a like a shed, and it's so creepy. It goes down to the ground a little bit. Yeah, that's look at that. I mean, these they have heat in there now, obviously, but that the wires are there. There was no electricity back then, and this sign is on the side of the road. 1636. Now, right behind these bushes is a baseball field, car dealership. The high school's on this side of the street. Right across the street, the high school is over there. But 1636, and this is just one of them. There's a zillion of them. Let's look inside of it. Look at how gross that is. That's a bed. Oh. Well, he was tormented by witches. David Balch, tormented by witches. So he probably hung a few of them when he had. Oh, that's a painting of it. Yeah, there's that shed I was telling you about right there on the left by that tree. Creepy. Yeah, my buddy used to cut the grass there. His company, whatever. So whenever he was there, I'd sneak over there and go check it out. You can go in there. You got to leave a donation, like 50 cents or something, but it's pretty cool. But it's creepy. These old days creep me out. I'm fascinated by the 17, 1800s. Never mind the 1600s. How they lived, how they showered, how they shaved, how they cleaned up. It must have been disgusting. You know what I mean? Talk about the surfing at night. You know how gross it must have been, or just to get food, right? I mean, I got Chick-fil-A on speed dial, right? Right, exactly, right, absolutely. I wouldn't have done it. I'd have hated it. I'd have said no. Say, hey, there's Melanie's back on the news channel. Good to have you here. We're going over homes and the witches. The Salem witches is a right near where I live here. This isn't the witch house, but this guy said he was tormented by witches, and this house was from 1630. And I've been in there a bunch of times, and my buddy used to cut their grass for him. But that's the room. This guy said he was tormented in there by witches. There's a ton of old houses, old homes. Oh yeah, see, there's that baseball field I was telling you. Well, I don't know if you can see the map on the right. So yeah, there's the baseball field right next to it, and across the street over there, there's the high school football field track. The high school's up in the top right there. Yep, but it's a museum supposedly. But witch trials, online site tours. You don't have to go there. You can go online and see it. Yeah, it's up where I live is very old and very historical. Let me find another one. Ba, 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 ba. Balch House, Cincinnati. There's one in Cincinnati too. John Balch, Wikipedia about the Balch House, Beverly, Mass. Let me look up. Miami's up 10-0. President Taft's summer home, right here. Now this was probably 2 miles from where I grew up. Not even. You could walk there, obviously. When I was a kid, we walked everywhere. But that's his summer home. It's on the water. So Lynch Park, where it's, I don't know if you can read that description. It says Lynch Park. It's still there. It's a park. The ocean's on the other side of this. Yeah, that's where the president hung out. Pretty cool. I don't know what year that is. 1856. Wow. Yep, that was a big deal. I wasn't around then, obviously, but the place is. I don't know if that's still there or not. Cottage was a home of Stetson Hat Company. Wow. Who rented it to President Taft for the summer. House was moved to Marblehead in 1910. Imagine moving that house back in 1910. How is that possible? Marblehead's again another old town. They're all old around here, obviously, because this is where it all started. Revere, Paul Revere. There's a city named Revere. Isn't that huge? They moved that house to Marblehead, which probably took them 2 years. It takes you 2 hours to drive there now because of the traffic. Never mind with that thing. There's no way they moved that house. No chance. They might have moved the stuff inside of it to there. They didn't move that house. Then again, they made those damn pyramids, right? Somehow. So they can make pyramids. They can move that house, I guess. What's the other one? House of Seven. Here, let me do another one here. There's a few more. There's a bunch more. I just can't think of them at the moment. But in Salem, House of Seven Gables, it was called. Here we go. Over here, a gable is something on the roof, right? Yes, 1776, I think, right? Remember we talking about that yesterday, Melanie? The England crap. Did you see that thing on the news where the kids were boycotting oil with the in the museum with the paintings that were from the Netherlands? I saw it on a Facebook or Twitter thing, and the girl was from the Netherlands. Said England should return those paintings back to the Netherlands anyway. They stole them from us, kind of like we were talking about that yesterday. It was pretty funny. But those kids were boycotting oil, and they glued themselves to it. There it is, the House of Seven Gables, Turner House. Turner must have been Pilgrim. I remember that name. Yeah, John Turner. Yeah, Captain John Turner. Right. Family three generations. Blah 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 blah. Salem Harbor. Facing Salem Harbor. It was originally a two-room, 2.5-story house with a projecting porch and a massive central chimney. Yeah, so on this map on the right, let me see if I can make that bigger. This will give you an idea of where everything is. If it comes up, open it. Yes, so right, you'll see a little. I'm assuming a little thing. So right here is where we are. That's the hunt. That's called. I think I can make it bigger. So yeah, right in here is where we are. Where I am anyway. I'm like right there. Salem's like right there. Marblehead's right there. I don't know why it's not coming up on there. But this is where we are. Boston's right here. That's Boston. Cape Cod's here, obviously. Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maine's up there, Vermont. I'm sorry. That's New Hampshire. That's Vermont over there. That river threw me off. But yeah, so I'm right in here. Right in here. Boston Harbor's all in here. So that's where the pilgrims happened, right in there. Everything was, based on the coast, right? Because of the that's how you traveled by boat. The B and Go, but I didn't think they were stolen. We said you have a museum full of his stuff. Yeah, the tweet said something about the English stole the paintings from the Netherlands and they belong back in the Netherlands. I didn't get too into it, but that reminded me of what we were talking about yesterday. Let's see. Turner's my mom. Hey, maybe she's from here. They made their way to Ohio along the river in our family. Wow. Yeah, maybe they were related to this fella. He was one of the first ones here. Johnny Turner. There's my Boston accent. Turner. Johnny Turner. Which one is that one? That's a seven gable. I think a gable is these things. So one, two, three, four. There's probably a couple on the other side, maybe. I think that's a gable, but I'm not 100% sure. But for some reason, that's called the House of Seven Gables. Again, I live literally, again, with no traffic, I could be there in 14 minutes. But I don't think I've ever been there. I think they made us go there in like elementary school and stuff. They forced us to go. But I don't. I've never been there as an adult. Maybe I should. Yeah, Salem. So here's another picture of Salem. In Marblehead, right there. But it is cool to see these old homes. I mean, and just wondering what it was like to live back then with the clothes. They didn't have quarter zip shirts, and they might have had beer, but it probably tasted like goat pee. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Most people didn't move that far from where they were born back in the day because it's a pain in the ass, and you had nowhere to go. You know, until what's his face there? What Carson? Kit Carson walked to freaking Oregon and California on the Oregon Trail and found it and literally walked back. He might have got a few horse rides here and there, but there was no Amtrak. It took him 6 to 8 months to do it or more through the jungle. Think about that, right? That's crazy what they had to go through. But what else are you going to do back then? They don't have the hurricanes on. There's no golf tournament to play in. You got nothing but to try to survive. And and unfortunately, if I was one of the people in charge of keeping our civilization alive, I would have failed because I want air conditioning. I want heat. Uh-oh, am I dead? Am I not on anymore? Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. What am I gonna do? Hello. You can hear me? Technical difficulties? Am I back? I think I'm back. Sorry. This phone. You did, Jim and Mom did not get further than 1650 or so. Wow. Yeah, I'd like to try doing all that. So here's the map. Let me go on this over here. Here we go. So here's where I was born, right here. Well, right in there somewhere is my house, right there. So Salem is right there. Boom. There's a bridge there and a bridge there. The only two ways to get there. There's one bridge, two bridges. I guess you could go all the way that way, right? But right there. In Marblehead, there's it's tough to get to. Boom. And there's the Beverly, boom. Manchester by the Sea, that's a fancy town. Oops, going too close. But it's cool. So I've been very lucky. I've always been near the water. Thank you, Melanie. I've always been near the water. So my place in Florida, West Palm Beach, Jupiter, right on the water. It's always been so people that live inland, like Ohio and Iowa and all that. I'd have claustrophobia because I'm always by the ocean. It's like you can't go right, but you can always go left. But there's water right here. I mean, I walk to the beach every day. It's literally took. It's probably half a mile to the beach from my house. It was nice. It was fun to have. Let me zoom in a little bit. I can show you the exact street I'm at. Oops, that's too much. Cemetery's right there. So we grew up playing wiffle ball and baseball in there. Right here. No, it's this one. I am right here. Boom. Right there. Pretty cool. So the water you see wasn't that far. It's right there. We used to cut through the cemetery. Boom, right there. It's not far. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, I'm going to give you a history lesson on some of the names of these cities. What's that one right there? Is my, oh, you can't see it. This one here where the hand is. Do you know the name of that city right there? Peabody, it's called Peabody. It's funny. I'll show you something. People they can't pronounce the names. They're crazy. Um, Middleton's easy. North Reading, Danvers, Linfield. I better look on this map because that's giving me a headache. I want to find some crazy ones for you. Saugus. Saugus. So that's Paul Revere right there. Paul Revere's house. Where's Chelsea? Where's the crazy city? Cambridge, Summer. All right, let me think of this crazy. Oh, you probably know this one. Lexington, Concord, right? They fought there. Let me go to Boxborough. And it's a lot of farms and stuff out there. Even though it's supposedly, we have obviously Boston, but all right, here we go. See how everything's a circle? So here's Boston right here. So all these roads are circles. It's all like that, big circles like that. So 95. Then you got that's 95 there. Then you got 495. Everything's in like a circle like that. So 95 goes right up there. So this is 95. It goes bang, boom, bang, boom, 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 right down through New York, right to Florida. So this city here, Leominster, it's called. Look, it said Leominster, Leominster, Worcester, Woonsocket, Amesbury, Haverhill. So in West Palm Beach, they call it Haverhill, but it's called Haverhill up here, Haverhill. So this guy Haverhill, Johnny Haverhill, moved to West Palm. He was a contractor, and he built a lot of the roads in West Palm Beach and named one of the roads Haverhill Street. But down there, they called it Haverhill. Because I remember when I first went down there, like in '85 or something. Oh, we're going to take a left on Haverhill. I'm like, what the hell's a Haverhill? Concord, so New Hampshire. So it's all history stuff. It's pretty cool. And then as we zoom out, this is so cool to be able to do this. Here's where my Florida place is. Right here. Gomez Road. Right there. That doesn't come in as clear, but pretty cool. It's pretty cool you can do this. It's in this day and age, not this day and age, but it's funny. Like my grandmother never drove a car. Never drove a car. Can you imagine that? Haverhill, yeah. Yeah, Haverhill goes, I know north and south. I don't know how far it goes down. We can actually look at it, actually. Right? That's pretty funny. I forgot. We're right here. So this is West Palm, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Jupiter, Haverhill's out here somewhere. There it is. Oh, it goes that way. Shit, I'm sorry. I thought it was, yeah, Haverhill right there. Haverhill Street, yeah. No, Haverhill, it does go north and south, right there. Or is that a city called Haverhill? That might be a town called Haverhill. That ain't Haverhill Road. I swear Haverhill Road went up north and south, but maybe I'm wrong. Florida Turnpike. Military Trail, I know that one. Central Boulevard. That's too far north. North Lake. Okay, North Lake. Yeah, then you took a left on Haverhill or Haverhill. Military Trail. Haverhill. Here it is. Right there. Yeah, there we go. It is north and south. Right there. Haverhill Road. Yep. So down there. So Haverhill or Haverhill must be a city. I didn't even know that was there, to be honest with you. So this is still Haverhill, I'm assuming. It hadn't really said. Yeah, it's still Haverhill. So it's going through Lake Worth. Oh, so it stops. Oh, this is as far as the map goes. No, Haverhill still goes down there. So Haverhill stops at Hypoluxo, which I think is what, middle north of Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Hypoluxo. Look at that. Look at all the water there. That's so cool. But yeah, this guy Haverhill or Haverhill, whatever the frick his name was. But you look at the size of Florida. I'm not sure how big the Netherlands is, but Florida is massive. You could probably fit 10 Massachusetts in Florida. Or it might be too much of a hyperbole, man. Let me look. But uh, not quite 10. So it's about the size of that hand wide. Let's say one, two, three, maybe three and a half. Who knows? But we drove. I was telling you last time to go to New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl football game. We drove from here to here like this. That's where that girl lived that broke my heart back in the day. Right up into here. Boom. That took probably 12 hours. Crazy. Because from West Palm to here takes me about 5 hours to drive. Four and a half. And then from there to there takes me about 16 hours to drive. From there to there. From there to there is like 16 hours. And then it's about five to there. That's going pretty fast, making sandwiches. Yeah, you've been down there the whole time? Yeah. But look at the size of this country. So Netherlands is, what do you think, the size of Texas? Or is it huge? I don't, honestly, I don't know. In Europe, like New Jersey is the size of Germany, I think. But I don't know. Well, let's look. Let's take a look at the map. Seeing how we're right here. Now, don't tell me where it is. I found it. Oh, Netherlands is tiny. Jeepers. Oh, you told me that yesterday. Yeah. So you're right on the ocean there. Nice. See if I can see you. Wave, wave. Stick your head out the window and wave. The hay, Rotterdam. So that's this whole thing right here. Belgium. What's that country everybody forgets in Europe? Luxembourg? No, not Luxembourg. The small one. Liechtenstein, maybe. Yeah, so you're right there. That's cool. So you're not far from here. I would have thought they would have taught you English more there. You're 8 floors up. Wave out. I can see you. You would have thought they would have taught more English there based on where England is. Or yeah, England. It's right there. Now in that movie from the World War II, what was it called? When they were all stuck somewhere, the British soldiers. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Newkirk or something? Dunkirk. Were they leaving? Where were they leaving from? Liechtenstein. Yeah, that's the one that everybody forgets. But that movie, Dunkirk, they were stuck over here somewhere, I think, right? Because remember all the people, the civilians were taking their boats across to save the soldiers who were stuck? So it must have been here somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch it again. Now that I've got a new channel, I got to be on top of everything, not just golf. I got to know this shit. But that must have been there. That's got to be a long way on a little boat. Even that. So that's the English Channel. If someone swings the English Channel, that's what they're swimming, right? Right there, I would imagine. Dunkirk is in France. Okay. Oh, I see. Up here. Here's Dunkirk right here. I got you. So it's near you. Is that Netherlands right there? Oh, no. No. Belgium. Belgium. Sorry. I apologize. I'm new. So there's Dunkirk. So they all went across here somehow. To Dover to Dunkirk. Yeah, they were all stranded here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again. But the history of Europe is just amazing, you know, and what this asshole did, you know. I mean, he ruined everything, didn't he? Bombed the shit out of everywhere, and they had to build it all back. As old as it wasn't, 1945. They had to start over. I mean, thank God we got involved. And as much as these guys can be assholes, thank God they got involved too, because they're coming this way, and we were coming this way, and this way, and this way. So they were in a jam, the Germans. But and for what it's worth, from what I remember, from what I learned, the Russians were worse than the Germans treating people, but not, you know what I mean, not not like that, but treating the Germans because they deserved it too. Not that they didn't deserve it. Belgium's in between. Yeah, I see. Yeah, they're smaller. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Luxembourg. That might be the one I was thinking. And look at all these countries. Switzerland. Switzerland. I thought that was up north more. See, I didn't know that. I thought Switzerland was part of. So where's Sweden? Oh, Sweden's up there. See, I thought Switzerland was up there with them. What a dummy, huh? I did. I thought Switzerland was up there with them. So Switzerland's in the middle. The Swiss Alps. So the Alps are in. I thought the Alps were in Italy too, but maybe they're not. Yeah, they must. Liechtenstein, Zurich. So Switzerland's there. Wow, I'm wrong. Not wrong, but ill-informed. I better start studying if I'm going to do it right. Rotterdam was heavily bombed. Yeah. So was the Netherlands taken over by the Nazis, or partially? You know how scared these people must have been? Oh my God. And that poor girl, not that she was the only one that was terrorized, but hiding out for a year in their attic or something. And, you just hear them coming down the street. Oh my God, it must have been horrible. Horrible. Antwerp, Rotterdam, yeah. So I would imagine he. Oh, so you're right next to Germany. Jesus Christ. Yeah, of course they were there. They had to be there. You're literally right next door. Wow. With Berlin. So Germany's pretty big. Germany was two Germanys, right? East and West. And then what's Czechia? Is that Czechoslovakia? Oh yeah, Czechoslovakia is now two countries now, right? Yeah. I didn't know it was called Czechia. I thought it was Czech Republic, but yeah, that's Czechoslovakia was there. Now it's two countries. And Ukraine was part of Russia at one point, right? Oh, they were 20. Did they ever talk about it to you? Was it? Oh, they must have been. Well, 20's not too bad. It's still scary. Yes, that must have been awful. Oh, awful. Now they must still have the camps there, right? Like Holocaust um, museums, for a better word, museums. Because that's what they've been doing over here is getting rid of. Yeah, it's hard to. They're all again. I never really looked at it to be honest with you, but I don't even know where the United States are. So I couldn't find Iowa. I might be able to, but North Dakota. I mean, I kind of can know where it is, but I don't like. I wouldn't put a gun to my head to find out where it is. Now I know California and Texas and Florida, those, but he's heavily traumatized. That must have been horrible. You can visit them, yeah, and that's good that you can visit them so it doesn't happen again. Because over here, I don't know if you knew or not, but people are getting they're back in history when there were slaves and you know things were different back then. Like George Washington and these people had slaves or whatever they did. Now there's statues of them, and they're tearing them all down because they were racist. So they're tearing down the. If they were racist, you want to keep it up so people know that. Just like these concentration camps, you don't want the camp up, but a museum to it. So people remember. Don't do it again. You know. You can't find North Dakota. I can't either. Well, you're a European. I love the 50 states. I just don't know where they're at. How's that sound? But that's so Europe. Let's see, compared to the U.S., is it the same size? So that's Europe there. No, it's about the same size. Yeah, considering that's Europe too, right? Is Russia Europe? No, Russia's not Europe. They're Asia, I think. So this is Europe. So it's about the same size. If we count up here too, obviously, the Canada's. Look at all this stuff. What goes on up there? Imagine living like right there. What do you do there? I guess you do a lot of ice fishing. Yeah, I know what you mean. And Russia's massive. Never mind down here. You know, what's that? Central America, that's called. So, all right. So the good. There's no states on there. I'm gonna guess. See right there, no clue. I think that's Oklahoma. I know that's Texas. No clue. Arizona, maybe? No, that's Arizona. That's Nevada. That's Washington, or one of them's Washington, one of them's Oregon. Those two. I think that one's Oregon. That's Idaho because I just know because they have potatoes and that's what the bags look like. No clue. Wyoming, maybe? I don't know. Nope, no clue. I think that's North and South Dakota because they look the same. That's I should know that. That might be Wisconsin. That's Wisconsin, I think. That's Illinois. Nope, that's Illinois. Well, Chicago's down there. Then that's Illinois. Michigan is the one with the mitten. That's this one, Michigan. Yeah, see, I don't know. No idea. I know these ones because I've been there a million times, but I didn't spend a lot of time out here. Louisiana, Florida, Georgia. One of them. That's Alabama or that's Alabama, and one of them is Mississippi. Those two. That might be no. That's Michigan because there's a little mitten. That's Wisconsin then. I guess that's Wisconsin. Minnesota might be that one. I don't honestly. I don't know. It's stupid, isn't it? You could 1991. You could find them all. But yeah, no clue. Isn't that sad? Well, let's go in a little closer. See what we got. Oh, they're not going to tell us. So Chicago. So Illinois is this one. See, Chicago's right there, so that must be Illinois. Oh, what's that? Indiana, Indiana, Ohio. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tennessee is this one, I think. That's West Virginia, maybe, or Kentucky. That's West Virginia. Isn't that sad? But how would you know? You don't. You know what I mean? You don't really look at them. All right, here we go. Yeah, so that was Tennessee. We got that right. That's West Virginia there. I would imagine, right? Yeah, that's West Virginia. But that's funny. Funny stuff. What time is it? 1 hour. What's it? 2 o'clock. Europe. I learned free fall Berlin. Well, so what? So Germany was two Germanys, East and West, and Berlin was what? Its own deal. Because then you had what in the Olympics? I remember one of them was communist and one wasn't. But Berlin had a wall around it for some reason. So Berlin was part of one of them, but in the other one, is that what the deal was? Now you got this down here. Holy crap! That's funny. They don't have the states on the United States map, but they got all these ones over here. Oh, because those are countries. I see. Countries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I've been here. There's an awesome island off of Thailand. I'll show you. It's like Hawaii. It was so cool. Miami 17 nothing. It was called Phuket, but it's spelled Phuket, like fuck it. So we all thought that was funny, but I don't know where it is. I don't see it. It must be one of these Phuket. I'm going closer. Maybe they'll tell us. That's too close. They're not going to tell us. And again, I don't know my way around there because I was there playing golf. I don't know. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Oh no, so Phuket must have been in here because that's outside of. That's a no. That's not Phuket. Phuket must have been in there. Damn it. Bangkok. Yes, I lived there. So Phuket must be like right there or there. No, okay, Cambodia. Pattaya. Coaching. I don't see it. That must be Vietnam. I don't know. I don't know where the Phuket is. I don't. I thought it was an island. I remember flying to an island. Coach. Maybe that's it. That must be it right there. I don't know. A long time ago. That was the 90s too. Way back there. But Bangkok was kind of dirty, to be honest with you. But it's a poor country, or you're rich. You're either rich or you're poor. I lived on Sukhumvit Soi Yisib Sam, number 33. The streets had numbers. Wow, this brings back. And it was crowded. Oh, look at that. See, the streets have numbers. Yisib Sam was 35. Yeah, so I lived on this street, 35. Isn't that funny? The streets had numbers. Yeah, I think. Sukhumvit. Let's see if we can find that one street. So Sukhumvit was the main street, and then off of that was number 35 Street. I was the 35th Street off of the Sukhumvit. Because that's what I would say to the cab driver, because I didn't drive over there because it was madness. But I wouldn't know where it was. I could be here all day looking for this because I did not know exactly where it was, but I thought I was on a main street. So the first couple of weeks I was there, it was awesome. It was different and fun, and then it just got to be a pain in the ass. Traffic was nuts. Sam Petawan, but I was definitely there. And then that was in the 90s, 92 and 93. Sukhumvit, but I'll never find it. Bangkok. Hey, Jen, how are you? Welcome to the new channel. So this one, not golf, other than golf. Right now we were doing local history where I live, Salem witches and all that, and old homes. Now we're in Thailand, but we're in Europe now. Melanie's in the Netherlands, and we're looking up some Europe history here while we're out here. But I was just going over to Bangkok real quick to see where I lived, but I couldn't find the street. But welcome to the new channel. So I made a new one so I wouldn't, my golf people would get mad at me for covering stuff like this, so they can watch me when I'm doing the golf. And then when I want to do other fun stuff that's not golf, I can just do that without getting them upset or losing people over there. You know what I mean? So I started this yesterday, and I think I'm up to 14 people. Hopefully 15. But I'm not the type to go all night. You know what I mean? I'm not the night guy that goes midnight, 2, 3, and 5 in the morning to do this. I just can't do it. I'm going to be the day guy, afternoon guy. You know what I mean? I'm sure some people like to talk in the day. I would hope. But East and West Berlin, right? Split in the middle. There was a concrete wall. East was communist. West was modern. Two completely different girls. Yeah, you couldn't go to either one, right? You either on one side or the other, I think. But Berlin was part of one of them, but was in the other one, I think. That's why that had its own wall too. You know what I mean? I think. I'm gonna start looking all this shit up now that I've got a new channel. I've got to be on top of this. 15. Thank you, Jen. Awesome. Number 15. Number 15. Everybody remember what number they were, so we can we'll have a test on it 3 years from now. Awesome. Yeah, families were split up. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. It really is, and communism is not good. I mean, the socialists, like we talked about yesterday, is helping some people. I get it. Some countries have to do it. You have to do it. It's the way it is. But communism, that's just not. That doesn't work. Being told what to do. I don't know what's so hard about, like, especially in the United States here, where everybody can just go get a freaking job and work yourself. Why do I have to pay for her cell phone or his? Again, if you're handicapped or what, I'm all for helping people, no problem. Elderly, help them. But if you're an able-bodied person, go deliver pizza, go drive an Uber, right? I don't understand. I don't get. There's a zillion jobs, and unfortunately, the more people that are hopping the fence, again, I'm all for them too. If they want to come here and do it the right way, of course, bring people. I don't care about that, but at least do it the right way, and then we should have a number. It's like when COVID hit, right? We had to wait to go in the supermarkets. One guy left, one guy went in, right? Two people left, two people went in. Same thing in the United States. Two people died, right? Let two more in. Two moved to Netherlands, let two more in. Don't just let them all walk, thousands of them coming in. Overpopulation is just not good, no matter where they're coming from, you know. But nobody, and another, I want to take care of our own people too. These poor veterans and stuff, and help them out. We talked about adoption yesterday. Adopt American kids. Adopt American. You know, there's probably a ton of American kids or foster kids who would love to have a nice family to go to. We got to go to freaking China to get kids, and I feel bad for the China kids. But we're number one. We should take care of ourselves. Again, still help other people. I'm all for helping out other countries. Of course I am. But if you fought in like World War II, you should got a free pass to do anything you wanted. 20-year-old kid sending them over there, or Vietnam. 20-year-old kid. Good luck, buddy. I I'm a sissy. I would have ran to Florida like some of these guys. I don't want to go fight in the jungle. Are you nuts? I got fingernails. Go here. Here's a rifle. Go hang out in the jungle of Vietnam and start killing people. I wouldn't mind shooting some people, I guess, but I don't want to go in the jungle and do it. So we had a test of the United States earlier. Oh, wasn't that awful? Yeah. It was. Wish I'd taken pictures of it. Now that I'm doing this damn channel, I'm gonna be taking pictures of everything now. But I remember, so Market Basket's a store up here. It's like a smaller Publix, So Stop and Shop we have, that's like Publix, big store. These Market Baskets were local guy, had small stores, real small, and then got a little bigger, and then had a chain of them. And they're cheaper food. They make their own food, but it's cheaper. So everybody goes there. So I just remember going to that with my wife and not believing there was a line outside. And it's in like a strip mall or whatever, and there's just people 10 feet away from each other for a mile or so. It was, and just standing there looking at your phone in shock. It was almost like it was World War II and people waiting for food or whatever, or the Depression, right? And we just talked. I waited with her. We went in. We had to go up one aisle and down the other, and of course, some assholes don't, right? And TG's the guy to say, "What the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, can't you read? I'm only getting one thing or something." Well, the whole purpose of this is to not get in line, to go by each other. That's why we're doing this. So if we have to stand on fucking side for an hour, go the right way. And again, I wasn't afraid of COVID. I don't give a shit. I don't think I got it either, but I don't care. I was whatever. But if there are rules, I'm going to follow them. And you go this way, which I think it should be that way anyway. There should always be one way in every aisle in every supermarket, right? The tornado, no, COVID. There you go. World news, world world news, world travel. But yeah, that supermarket thing was nuts, and it was real. I mean, it was. I remember the first like week we shut down. What was that? Was that March? It was like February or March, right? And golf was about to start, and I'm ready to go. And then I'm like, this ain't gonna happen, no way. And I at the time I was listening to Howard Stern because I had it on the channel, and I don't listen to him. He's changed. I don't listen to him anymore. But I didn't really was doing then, but for some reason I was. He was probably interviewing someone I wanted to hear, and he goes, "Oh no, we're gonna be locked up for 2 years," and I'm like, "No way." Because it's never happened in my lifetime. There's not a chance I thought that would happen. I was wrong. I mean, he was literally staying in his house for 2 years. Now he's got $600 billion, and he has food shipped in and chefs and all that. So his house is probably a pretty nice place to hang out for 2 years, you know. But he's a germaphobe and all that. But it was wild. And then I remember driving. I don't know where I was going, but the first week everyone was locked down, and I'm not going to lock down. I'm going to go drive around. I don't give a shit. I don't know where I was going, but I wore my mask when you were supposed to and all that. And I just remember driving. There was no traffic. It was so weird. It was almost like it was like you said, with a hurricane or tornado, but with no tornado, right? Or a big snowstorm up here. We get like, you know, 20 inches of snow. It shuts everything down. There's no one out. It's kind of pretty and nice and quiet. No cars. But it was like that, but without the snow. Nobody out. Literally no one. It was weird. And you're gonna get pulled over. I go, pulled over for what? What am I doing? No, you know what I mean? And obviously I didn't, but it was March. Yeah, yeah. So the golf course that I was at supposed to open like March 15th that year or April 1. It didn't open until like May 30th or something. So golf was the only thing to do because it was outdoors and you played in groups of 3 or 4 and you stayed away from each other and you're outside. So they made it where you showed up. It was like cattle. You showed up, you went, you played, you back to the parking lot, got in your car, and you left. You didn't come into the pro shop. You didn't go into the clubhouse. You couldn't go to the bathroom, which TG opened the back door so the women could go to the bathroom. They can't go in the woods like the dudes can. So I opened the back door of the clubhouse where they could sneak in one at a time, not hurt, not spread anything, do their business and go. Someone called the state board of health on me. One of the members, imagine that, one of the members. So they had to shut that down. But so golf boomed. I mean, we got so busy. Memberships are up, and they're still up. Everything is still booming because of COVID. So now you had nothing to do. So Melanie, let's just say you're home. You got nothing to do. What can we do? We can't go bowling. We can't go to the mall. We can't. Golf's open, so everybody play golf. So people that never would have got introduced to golf got introduced to golf because of COVID. So COVID did help the golf business, no question about it. You were outside. You couldn't touch the flag stick. So the cup, I know you know golf a little bit. So here's the hole. There's a flag in it. Normally you take the flag out, throw it on the ground, and you putt. You leave the flag in, and we put this little sponge thing in there, so the ball would be like half in the hole. Imagine that. I have a golf ball right here, like raised like that, so you wouldn't have to reach in and touch it. So if I touched it, I wouldn't spread my disease to you, my COVID to you. So there were rules you couldn't do, blah, blah, blah. But you could play golf. So golf business boomed, So we opened up May 25th or whatever, and it was crazy busy all day long. Just people, bah, 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 bah. memberships through the roof, and that's just not my course; it's all the courses. So it was a benefit for golf, anyways. But yeah, right. So right, essential. So we weren't necessarily essential, but it was something to do for people that wouldn't lose their mind. You know what I mean? Because you were outside. They never stepped indoors. You pulled your car in. So if you teed off, what time is it? It's 2:21. So if you teed off at 2:30, you show up at 2:21. We'd watch the people hit off the first tee, and I'd signal to you. You wouldn't get anywhere near me. You'd walk around. You'd go to the tee, wait your turn, hit, and I'd find the next car at 2:40. Then they'd come. Then they'd go like this. So you would never walk by someone else. So you'd go around to the tee, and then coming off the last hole, you'd go like that. So you'd never be close to each other. And they wore masks. Um, but it was it was good for the golf business for sure. But yeah, essential it wasn't. But people came to the conclusion, right? It is outdoors. You're not on top of each other. You play in groups, and you're normally playing with your friends or your spouse, right? So you're already in contact with them anyways. You're not playing with new people. So that was allowed. Bikes, same thing with bikes. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Bikes were the same thing. Yep. And then things started getting looser, and then they started getting worse again, and then eventually everything worked out. But people still wear the masks. I still see them to this day. And I was at CVS earlier. It's like a little, what that CVS is? Little little store. There was people with the masks on. But I saw, so back in the day, going to the supermarkets when it was big, I saw people wearing Tyvek suits, gas masks, gloves, shields, space suits. I mean, talk about being afraid. Oh, whoa. Yeah, beaches were closed. No beaches. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, down there you got a normal governor down there. Up here we don't. Everything up here is bad. It's blue as he's a Republican, but he's really not. And Lasong, that's Lanog, Lanog. That's funny. Hopefully this governor won't last Lanog, but he actually is leaving. But the next one's going to be a Democrat, no question about it. But and the mayor of Boston's a Democrat. It's awful. They're just so afraid of their own shadows. It's so sad. You know, they're just afraid of their own shadows. But hopefully we won't go through this again. You know. Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah. So I took my daughter to the dentist 2 months ago. They have them there for you because I don't carry them with me anymore. And I put it on. I'm not going to argue about it. Whatever. I mean, I think they should be wearing them anyways. That just makes sense in general, right? Going to a hospital. I'm not a big fan of going to hospitals because of germs, right? People actually are sick at the hospital, right? That's why they're there. So yeah, I'm all for wearing a mask in the hospital, no question, always. Because the hospitals suck. They're horrible because it's all sick people, or hurt people. Yeah, you got a broken arm, that's different, but I don't want to go there. I'm not a fan of the hospitals at all. Doctors, ew. Dentists, but doctors, I mean, hospitals, forget it. But I mean, I wore the mask where I didn't wear it cutting my grass like some people do, or playing golf, or driving my car. No, of course not. I'm not a fucking moron. And I'm not that afraid. If I get it, I get it. But I want to live and enjoy my life and get it rather than just sit home all day doing nothing and be fine. That doesn't make any sense to me. And again, I feel bad if anyone died and got sick. Of course, I don't want anybody to die or get sick. Of course not. But let's just hope that's over with. Uh, so do you? So is COVID a big deal over there? Still, I mean, I'm sure it was last year or 2 years ago. I mean, I remember seeing people in Asia when I was a long time ago, my Thailand days. People wore masks a lot, anyways. The Asians, you know, especially in China, they wore masks constantly. So they probably knew something was up, right? What are they doing in these labs, right? They're probably like, what are they doing? I better wear a mask. But, so was you guys involved with this YouTube then? Like I said, I just started doing this in July. So this would have been a good time to start a channel then, right? With everybody home. So I bet you a lot of people really got a boost from it, from people being home, you know? My phone died. Damn it. All right, hold on one sec. I got to charge my phone. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Janie, I got to ask you about your avatar. Where did you have that made? Because I need to make a train, like with the TG pushing it or something, or a train pushing the TG or something like that. I need to get an avatar for my new thing here. I went on my phone and I tried to find one, right? And I punched in TG Express, but they gave me a ton of options, like little avatars, but they weren't trained, you know. So I got to make a logo. I don't know what I have on there now, but edit audio avatar. But yeah, I got to make an avatar for that, a logo, whatever it's called. Can't be that difficult. Picking up here, there are more people getting sick. Still, wow, wow, that's too bad. So, are you in a crowded area? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Is it busy place? People walking around all the time? Are you in like a suburbs where it's kind of quiet? You know, spread out a little bit. I'm in like a medium. It's not too bad here. I guess I'll use that as one. But I could use my picture, I guess, right? They use that same background. But let's get out of this. But yeah, if you're in a busy spot, it's gonna be hard to get rid of the COVID. So what's the seasons in Netherlands right now? We're going into winter, fall, winter, so it's getting colder. We just went from 90 degrees. It was a very hot summer here. No rain, literally no rain, drought. To now it's 50, no, it's 60 degrees out now. It's going to be getting colder every day, and then we're going to have winter. I would imagine the same for Netherlands. All right, let me get out of that one. Now, Florida has some history with Ponce de Leon, right? He's a Fountain of Youth guy, because Florida's been there for longer than I thought. I don't. It's President Taft's over. Oh, I was reading up on this sovereign citizen stuff from more suburb. So there's not just trains and trucks and high rises next to you all day long. Good. And you are from there, right? You're not American over there, or you're from there? Still crowded, yeah. Like if you looked out your window right now, is there just cars everywhere and people everywhere? But just once in a while, like you hear a car go by. This is whoa, you hear that one? This is a semi-busy street, probably 85 yards from me. So my house is here. Then there's a house, and then there's a street. Pretty busy street. But my street's a dead end. It's up on a hill, and there's no cars ever going by. Neighbors are quiet. It's a quiet area. Um, but a mile that way is busy. Mile that way is busy, but not you know like super duper crowded. But it's still busy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, sovereign citizens. I was looking that up because of that guy yesterday. So the terms he was using was cars and trains are all around. Yeah, that's all right. We have trains too close to me. The city I grew up in, a lot of trains. Sovereign citizens, right here. Moorish, yeah, Moorish. That's the one, Moorish. So I told you about what happened in Boston, or not Boston, real close to me last summer. It might have been even this spring. I'm not sure exactly. These sovereign citizens were going from Rhode Island, cutting through Massachusetts to Maine to train for something, all dressed in camouflage. They had their own trucks. They got out of their car to fill. They had their own gas in their trucks. They got out of their car to fill up their gas tanks instead of stopping at a gas station on the highway. And a cop drove by them and saw them and turned around and put the lights on them and called all the other cops. They had a standoff for like 10 hours. It was crazy. And they're like, no, we're sovereign citizens. You don't have any rule over us. We're just going to keep going. And they're like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. And then they eventually talked it out, but they all got arrested. But they claimed sovereign citizen. They were Moorish, the Moors, which I understand is another term of calling them Africans, not African American, but Africans. They're from Africa, but they don't like that name, be called black or African. So Moors or Moorish is the name. But I just started reading up on it a little bit, and they don't accept, like, the judge in the trial. They don't accept her unless she gives them their oath. He goes, you never gave me your oath of office. And she's going to give him his oath of office, and he's going to go, well, who's in charge of your oath of office? You know what I mean? There's just the never-ending bullshit to just keep things going. It's just crazy. So I did some homework on it earlier, but this isn't the one I was looking at. But they don't identify as citizens of the United States. They identify as citizens of their state. It's just stupid. Sovereign citizen movement. But he's got to be getting his information from someone else on the outside. So someone must be watching the trial, and then he must call him at night and give him information about what to say in court. Has to be, because there's no way he knows all this shit. There's just no way. So someone's feeding him these information. And I'm sure there's sovereign citizens out there who will want to help this guy. No, I can't get out of it. No, I'm not going to your sovereign citizen meeting. Because if it worked, everybody would be a sovereign citizen. Damn it, I can't get that in there. Let's see. Remember, we are tiny. Yeah, you're right. No, I know. So you are bigger than Massachusetts, obviously, but not much. Or maybe not. I should have kept the map up there. Yeah, these sovereign citizen crap is just crazy. What time is it? I gotta go shortly, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for coming by again. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. And I feel better about this new channel thing that I'm gonna do, so I can do all this stuff without my golf people getting mad at me. Because I'm still gonna do the golf thing, um, too, obviously. But now I like doing this other stuff too. I am interested in history and in the courts and football and soccer and other things besides just golf. And that's something I want to talk about. So I might as well. I'm glad I'm doing this. And I knew doing the golf thing is it's harder to get more people because it's less of a pool of people to choose from, right? Not everybody in YouTube are golfers, but they all watch the news rather than I'm picking up a fingernail amount of golfers, right? For golf, now I've got the whole pool of YouTube to pick from. You know, I appreciate it, Bill. Yeah, this is fun. I do. It's a nice. Oh, did I ask you? You are from there, correct? Or you're an American over there? No, you're from there. You told me that already. Yeah, I'm sorry. Fahrenheit. I can't do Fahrenheit, but the nights are on. All right, so you do Celsius, right? So 30 degrees is warm, right? In Celsius, I think. 30 degrees over here is the freezing is 32 degrees. So freezing point is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So 75 is a nice day. Well, 65 to 75 is nice. 90 is really hot. Right now it's 64, which is nice. It's a little cool, you know. But I think yes, exactly. Oh yeah, I got people overnight on that one. That one's growing too. I picked up like 25 people yesterday. That will go once the word gets out. That's a harder one to spread the word because again, it's a smaller pool of people, you know. But I think I can do more with this one because there's more to do, and I got more people to talk to, you know. Once they know about the channel, again, we just started it yesterday, but that's what I was telling my kids is like, so when I was high school, junior high, I was a all I wanted to do was play sports, golf. Obviously, I played golf and hockey and baseball. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about school. I wasn't necessarily stupid. I just didn't try, and I did okay, but I didn't want to learn anything. I just did the work and left. Now I'm making up for that, like looking at this Balch house like we did, or learning about the Netherlands or the sovereign citizens or the Salem witches, which again is 2 miles from my house. I didn't know anything about them, or the Boston Tea Party, things like that, or the solar system. So I'm telling my kids, learn as much as you possibly can because you're going to regret it if you don't. And I regret it so bad. So 30's hot. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. So 30 here is freezing. We're cold. It's cold. 32 is technically the freezing point. So 0 degrees there uh, is is cold or comfortable. I forget. I kind of do that a little bit, but see, but this is the thing I want to know, and I want to learn all about it and learn because it's fun. History, like when you said, "Yay, history!" History's fun. It's good stuff. Some of it's bad shit that happened, but you still got to learn about it. It's still, the World War II. I watched the shows on World War II. We have a history channel here. I watched them. I want to learn about them. It's not that I'm rooting for that to happen, but because I always wondered what happened after the war, and I saw a show on it, like how they took the helmets and made colanders and pots out of the German helmets or the U.S. helmet, whoever's helmets they were. They punched holes in them. They made the colanders, or they made, pots and pans, and the tires. They made sneakers out of them, rubber shoes, and the bricks. They re-bricked them. I mean, because they had to rebuild these cities, right? So they just didn't happen on their own. So I want to learn about that stuff. And Anne Frank, like, what happened? She's hiding away. And that stuff I just never gave a shit about when I was younger. I just didn't care. I didn't say, oh, I don't care. I just never did it. You know what I mean? I wasn't ignorant about it. I just didn't. Zero's freezing. Okay, so you're 0 to 30. It's a shorter scale than ours is. So 32 is freezing to 90. We got a bigger thing. Yours is more a little shallower. I see. So a smaller gap, but same idea, right? Yeah, we were going to go to that. What is that? The metric system they call it? We were going to go to that when I was in high school. They were trying to teach us that a little bit, but it never. Do you go by meters? I'm assuming meters and centimeters and all that, where we are inches and yards and all. But it's cool, cool stuff. All right, my friend, I have to run. Okay, I appreciate you stopping by as always. Thank you so much. I really do. I love it, and thanks for talking with me. But I gotta go do some home stuff, um, which is my obligation and all that stuff. So I will. Again, you're always welcome to come on and say hi and all that. And I don't know if you have a camera. If you want to come on and talk, that's fine too. Let me know if you're into that. We can talk live on the thing and all, and come on the show, whatever it's called, the panel and all that. I've never. I think I've done it once before with someone, but I'm sure I can figure out how to do it. But yeah, metric system, yeah, meters and all that. I think a meter is smaller than a yard. I think. I forget. I forget what it is. But all right, I will see you soon, my friend. I know I'm going to be on at 5 in the morning tomorrow, our time, on the Golf Channel, because there's a golf tournament in Saudi Arabia that I'll be watching, like I was this morning. So you're welcome to join me there too. So I appreciate it, Melanie, and I'll talk to you down the road. Thanks. Be good.